What's up, it's me, D.W.C, and in this video we have the creation of my Road to the Show character for MLB The Show 16. We're going to be going into custom player, obviously. We're going to be making a right fielder who throws left and hits left. Now we have our 5 flex points. You can see here where we left it off. 2 to power, 2 to contact, and 1 to fielding. Those last 3 stats we'll be looking to build on as we grow. We went with the central region, and I'll tell you why once we reveal who my character actually is. The character I'm doing is a character from a movie, and in the movie they never really talk about where he's actually from, but they talk about where he's going to try out for an MLB team, so I just put him from there, which is Chicago. So that's where he's going to be from. And here you see it, Roy Hobbs, from the movie The Natural. Now this movie came out in '84, so it's an older movie, older than I am. I only found it because I was looking up players to possibly do for my Road to the Show. And I was first leaning towards Kelly Leak from Bad News Bears, but they do not have the leak audio in the game, so that pushed me away from that. And I stumbled upon Roy Hobbs, watched the movie, and decided to do him for this year's Road to the Show. And you see birthplace, Illinois. I went with that because, as I said, he went to try out for the Cubs in Chicago, so I just put him from there. 18, we're going to be playing out the start of his career as, I don't want to ruin the movie, but in the movie, he's going to try out for a team, and then something happens and derails his tryout, and he ends up making a comeback later on in his career. But in this Road to the Show, we're going to be playing out his full career from the age of 18. Preferred number 9, that's what number he is in the game. Throw left, bat left, birthplace Illinois, Roy Hobbs, 6'1", 195 pounds. So now I'm just going to be showing you the base of the character and what his starting look is. I messed around with it, changed a couple little things up after I filmed this so he doesn't look the exact same. He got a little bit different, but he still looks pretty much basically the same. You see skin tone 1, 73 inches, 195 pounds, normal body type, medium neck size, stirrup low socks like he has in the movie. None of the accessories because it was an old time character and he's old school, so we don't have any of those. Head shape 6. There you see the rotation. I did a bit of editing on the nose and stuff like that. And here's what everyone cares about. The batting stance. I went with running style number 1, just the basic one. But for the batting stance, I went with veteran stance 70, as I thought it suited him pretty well. He got his hands kind of low and down like he does in the movie. His bat moves a little bit more than it does in the movie, and there may have been some other stances that suited him a little bit better, but I preferred this one, so that's what I went with. You see that I left his follow through, walk up, practice swing, stride, all as default. And his miss doesn't really matter, but there you see his home run swing, another big part of your player creation, and it's looking pretty good there. And here we have his glove. In the movie they got really old school gloves. It's just basically a piece of leather, so I would try to keep it as accurate as I could. And same with the bat. His bat in the movie is just basically a piece of wood with something carved into it, so I tried to keep that original. As well as the batting gloves. He doesn't wear batting gloves in the movie because they didn't do that back then, so I left that as it is. Went with the basic helmet style, 1 ear flap and normal curve. And I didn't add any other accessories other than 2 3/4 length sleeves, as that's what he wears in the movie. I was thinking about editing the accessories to make them more modern, but I decided to go ahead and leave them to be more accurate. But now we're heading into the Bowman Prospect Scout Day. You see the secondary positions listed as infield positions. I went back and changed that after to left field, so his positions are right field and secondary position is left field. 60-yard dash, batting, and fielding is what we're graded on. There you see all the scouts in attendance behind home plate looking to get a look at Roy Hobbs and the other prospects here today.
Today, position players will show off their talents in a tryout setting, participating in batting practice, the 60-yard dash, and situational defensive drills. Scouts will be grading players with the standard 20 to 80 scouting scale and will of course be looking for projectable skills that may translate to future success in professional baseball. Good luck to all those involved as draft day approaches.
And there you see Roy Hobbs doing his 60-yard dash. He looks fairly pleased with it, not overly excited, but happy. And getting into the hitting evaluation here now. The scouts have heard good things about your hitting ability. They will be focused on your swing timing, good contact, and hit distance. You can warm up in practice before your evaluation begins. I'm going to be showing you the highlights here because there's a lot of it. And here we see Hobbs get a pitch and take it deep to right center field. On the very next pitch now, he sends one out to left center field, taking it to the opposite field. And that is hit hard and deep and hits off the warning track. So showing off his power again in that swing. And once again to the opposite field, to left center. And again, right in front of the warning track, showing he has power. And in his final swing, he hits this one hard, and it is back, and that is off the scoreboard. That is classic Roy Hobbs power right there, and the scouts will be impressed by that. Here you see him walking off the field to his manager, or his coach. They both seem fairly pleased with it, so that's a good sign of things to come. Into the fielding evaluation now. The scouts will be watching you closely in the field. They're focused on your footwork, range, and arm strength. Don't worry about the base runners. Okay, so I'm going to show you one of these each. Field fly ball to your left. Hobbs back, and he makes the catch. Draft stock goes up. Now to your right. Hit, fly ball. Hobbs is back and makes the running catch for the out. Now we have a throw to third base, showing off his arm strength, which is not that high right now. But he settles under the ball, gets a run, and launches it into third. Not that great, like I said, but his draft stock does go up. Now a throw to home, and unfortunately this was the best one I got because I missed one because the outfield camera throws me off a little bit. And yeah, so this one wasn't the best, but it did bring his draft stock up a little bit. And you can see there, his draft stock ended pretty high, which is good, going into the draft. Walking off now, talking to his coach again. They both seem happy. And Hobbs is greeted by a bunch of scouts. Everyone wanted to talk to Roy Hobbs after this scout day. He seems to really have impressed the scouts and shown off his abilities as a young player. So you see here, his current and his scouted stats. His contact is scouted as above average. His power is scouted as above average. His speed is scouted as average. His fielding is scouted as above average. And his arm is scouted in between average and above average. So that's where Hobbs stands at the end of the scout day. And in the next episode, we'll be getting into both of the prospect games. I'll see you then.